What you talking about now, Cine? I don't know, but you're gonna get some nuggets out of it though. But first, make sure you subscribe to the channel and turn that bell on. There's a new video series dropping every Friday at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time with the random jam session whenever I'm in my bag. You do not want to miss out. Also, be sure to check out my books, man. The link's in the description below, right along with my vegan class if you're trying to go plant-based and stay plant-based. I'm telling you, it works. Oh, and lastly, be sure to follow me on Instagram at _just_scene_. The nuggets I don't put over here, I put over there, so you can always get me when you need me. But you ain't really coming for all of that. Peace, love, knowledge, and freedom. I'm out. When you separate the home, when you separate the man out of the home, a lot of times when we don't fuck with our fathers, we don't fuck with our father's side of the family. You feel me? So that keeps you from understanding that full dynamic. You know what I mean? Because when I look at my dad's side of the family, like my brother, he's an athlete. He's a natural born athlete. My sister, she's athletic as well. I could have been athletic, I guess, if I tried it, but I was more towards the other side. Because when I do work out and I get back in shape, shit is quick. I don't know how the fuck it is, but I guess I'm on that template too. But from my father's side of the family, that's where that warrior essence came from. You feel what I'm saying? Like all of them could fight. Like yo, that's just what it is. Like, but it was a physical aspect. But they all played sports, basketball, football, things like that. It ran all the way back. So understanding that's a generational blessing. You know, the warrior side. But then you understand the physicality. You get down to the principle of it. He's like an athlete is just a warrior who doesn't know that he needs to fight. But anyway, by these two polarities, I was able to understand both of my generational blessings that are now necessary to break my generational curses. To the core, I got more, but to the core, my generational blessings are intelligence and artistic expression and warriorship. You know what I mean? It's warriorship. And then when the two merge together, that's how I'm able to break whatever curse that is imposed upon me. You know? So, understanding your generational curse. Sit some time, you feel me? Take some time out to go sit with your family. Go sit with, and observe them. You feel what I'm saying? A lot of the curses that are imposed upon us are cries for help. Are the cries that we need to help with. You know what I mean? And we have to say, okay, what happened with this person? Why does this happen? Why is this the case? And then start to really spend time with the good, positive side. After a while, so many of the curses have been imposed upon us, we can't see good in our own families anymore. We can't see good in our own families anymore. Because we can't see good in our own families, then it trickles down to where we can't see the good in reality to learn what our blessings are. So we need to start internalizing, find all of the things that plague us, things that make us, that naturally don't feel right to us, that don't sit right in us, and then find the things that naturally feel good to us, that come natural to us. Those are our blessings. And then we have to start to offset the generational curses within ourselves. And then from there, once we understand them, we're able to blossom out and look at our family, look at our siblings and shit like that and say, okay, this happens, you think like that, you feel like that. And then you're able to start to fine tune and calibrate more. Oh, this might be the things what we do. Then you go to your parents. You feel what I'm saying? Your parents, your aunties and your uncles and shit like that. You find that. Go to your grandparents and your great aunts and uncles and shit. I'm not going to say you got to go back thousands of years and shit like that. Within the first couple of, I'd say personally, just for me, just my own understanding, I was able to identify within the first 4 generations. From me and my siblings, then my mama and my mom and my dad, then my grandmama, granddaddy, and all of them. I never knew my granddad, neither one of them. So it's that was a bridge gap, but I was able to still close it because I was able to see all of the dynamics that went into it. So that's what has to be done for you. I can't tell you how to do it, other than going in and spending time with yourself first, understanding who you are, the things that make you tick, and don't assume that because your generational curses are consuming you, that there are no generational blessings. That's one of the biggest facades right there too. Because we think that with the curses being so abundant, we don't have any blessings, which is false. And the way that it ties into understanding certain dynamics is how we grow, how we blossom, how we evolve. So take the time to study yourself, Study everything that you're affiliated with, because everything is connected. Everything is everything is a calibration to get you back to yourself, to lead you to these blessings. You feel what I'm saying? And when you discover your blessings, do not allow your blessings to be manipulated and controlled, because that will stifle the blessing and it can turn it into a curse. Case in point, when I was young, I mean young as a kid, like when I was first learning how to talk and all of that shit, I always said, like, my mom, she used to tell me all the time I was like ahead of my time. Everybody said that shit. I used to ask my mom what was my first word. She was like, you ain't had first words, you had words. Like, you just knew how to talk. I was like, what you mean? She was like, well, one day you didn't talk, one day you did. It's weird. Like, she was like, and it wasn't like you had one word that you repeated. It was like you would say fire truck, car. Just like you was saying all kinds of shit. So I had to go back and start to understand that shit. But I used to always tell my mama that I was gonna be a doctor when I got older. And I never understood why until I got older. Then I started to break it down. But because of that, and this is not a shot at my mom. I love her to life, and I respect her every day of my life for this, because she always pushed me. That every day I said I wanted to be a doctor, she pushed me. She gave me all kind of books. Like, the reason why I'm so science savvy right now is because she made sure that I was always, hey, look, go down this path, go down this path. But I could only articulate what I felt on my core through what I experienced through the world. I know that I'm a healer. But the only thing that I can make equivalent to that thought process was a doctor. Because I went to the doctor one time and I was sick. I had strep throat. I was like 2 or 3 or some shit like that. I had strep throat. And the doctors, I went in sick, came out feeling better. So I was like, I want to be a doctor when I grew up, because I knew I was a healer. You feel what I'm saying? I knew that I was a healer. You know what I mean? And that was calibrated towards a different direction. So I started to go down the medical route and different things like that. But then it got to a point where, like, yo, your healing is grander than that. And if I would have stayed into the shit, I would never have been able to reach the peak that I needed to do what I needed to do in this life, to break certain things, to enhance my generational blessings.